Let me let you in on a little secret. The words you use is what exactly structures and manifests you into the being who is constantly complaining and saying, Neil, I'm trying to apply here. They decline me. I didn't even get the PPP, practically the easiest grant for which everyone who operated a business legitimately were to qualify. Now, I could read the comments now. Yeah, you apply for PPP. Look at all these people getting locked up. All you think about is the self-limiting beliefs and all the proof that the enemy places before you to say why you can't get things done. You take a look at other people, perhaps on social media. Why do these people get to succeed? Yet, I stay suffering in pain because you're telling yourself that you are in pain, that you're suffering, that you're tired, that you're this, and all of the above that constitutes self-limiting words that you structure into formulaic expressions that make you exactly who you are. And these limiting beliefs that you want to keep dragging like a bag of bricks is what has you in the position that you are today. Forget what you heard. Forget that story you keep telling yourself about why you are in the position that you are. People complaining, why do our people have to constantly charge to help each other? Why does a teacher have to get paid in order to instruct your kids in school? How does that person pay for the gas to get to the establishment where they're going to educate your children? How does that person feed him or herself? How does that entire operation function without you deploying your capital, the tools required in order to make something sustainable? There is no way. Because otherwise, why do you pay for people to go farm your food, to go slaughter animals that you consume if you're not a vegetarian? I believe you get the drift. If not, you better go watch another video, because listen, if you see any negating words that you find are limiting yourself, no, I can't do this. It's not that you can't. You simply will not, because you have the avenues to be able to explore, to seek the type of help. You're like, it works for all of these other people. You see everybody winning, and they clearly give you a track through which you can see what's behind the curtain and get to take a look at exactly what they did to win. And if you want to do it freely, of course, it's all about your time. The problem is that many of you are classifying and measuring your time in a way that's lower than the amount of capital that you have at your disposal. Everyone is blessed with talents. Go ahead and read Matthew 25. Your objective is to appreciate every single resource that you have in your inventory, because that's the only way you're going to see it and multiply it. Don't bury it in the ground and be like, this is going to last forever, because what did Jesus write? He did not write, rather, what did he say? That was documented. Do not hoard what you have on this planet that can simply be eaten by the rust and the moth and the environment that tears us up completely. Everyone, go ahead and guard your treasure in the kingdom of heaven. How do you do that? What did Solomon pray for? Wisdom, the development of your skills, so you're able to serve your neighbor. Without skills, who are you going to help? You're not going to help anyone. You can't provide value. Why do you even sell anything if you think everything is a scam? No, this is a scam. Let me let you in on another little secret. You've been getting scammed for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. If you're in your 70s, add a decade on top of that, and you've been getting scammed all your life, thinking that the traditional way of you living your life, continuing to live as perhaps your ancestors, or believing in certain ways that, listen, it's not about skill development. It's simply about you learning what you got to do. Someone told me that. I've been learning. I didn't even go to school. And they're wondering why they're seeking help in order to build their businesses, in order to generate more revenue where they expect it to be for free. They're wondering, Why are they in a position when you're only making a couple of grand tops on a monthly basis? Of course, you're not investing in yourself, at the very least, taking the time to do so, especially now. There is nothing but distractions everywhere you turn. You don't have to wait for Saturday morning cartoons anymore. You've got distraction in front of your screen on your phone. I used to always want a portable TV. Now I've got it right here. So just imagine the amount of time that I have the potential of wasting with something that I could keep in my back pocket that can constantly distract me, spike my dopamine, and then drop it back down to the point that I need some more. It's like you're constantly slurping on that next hit of pleasure, and you're wondering, where's the time going? I don't have time. I don't have this. All these excuses that simply structure the words that have turned you into exactly who you are. And if you do not change that and tell yourself that you are undeniably unstoppable, awesome, everything that constitutes positivity, whatever word you want to use to ensure you keep it 100, or whatever it is that you need to keep the fire in your heart to always stand strong and say, listen, I will make everything that I want come to life. If it constitutes me taking on some type of professional assistance, someone who's already done it, because what happens if you do not develop your skill set, learning from other people's mistakes, and you're simply operating perhaps as a cave person that didn't have anything? The only reason that we are here on this planet enjoying the advancements of industry, technology, and all of the comforts that we are able to enjoy, because regardless of what, you're still living more comfortably than hunter-gatherers back in the day that had to slaughter animals and eat food raw, just yank the liver out of some buffalo and have to sink his teeth down onto it without even cooking it or seasoning it. Or we're crazy spoiled in this juncture on this part of the entire space-time continuum. We get to pay people to go and slaughter our animals. We get to pay people to grow our crops. We don't have to do all that stuff. You do it through the exchange of value that we have acquired by also developing our skill sets, regardless of how you want to see it. Someone taught you, perhaps you didn't come out your pockets. Now you're starting to question, why is it I'm only clocking a couple of thousand a month if I never even invested in myself in order to learn something that I can exchange for value? And remember, we are complex and the most vicious beings and creatures on this planet. We'll turn lions and rhinoceros or whatever type of vicious animal that you think is the most powerful being on this planet into shish kebabs if we wanted to, because of what we have right here. And what do we use to go ahead and construct the thoughts that we juggle in our minds to make ourselves into what we must become? Our words. Very simply put, and if you don't learn how to put those words in an efficient formulaic expression for you to execute everything that is required, learning the technical skills and thus learning how to flip that technical skill so you're able to obtain that value to deploy it towards building everything that you want into the empire that you dream or envision or set as an objective, then you'll never get anything.